Present.
Here.
Next, minutes March 7, 14, and 21. Are those all deferred?
Yes.
Thank you. 5A, with First Group Engineering, an agreement for right-of-way services for the bike trail from 142nd Street and Calumet Avenue to East Chicago.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agreement. Second.
All in favor? Aye. And next, a supplemental agreement with First Group for design services for the pedestrian trail, Sheffield Avenue from the toll road to 129th Street.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we approve that. There's major changes in that project.
All in favor? Aye. And next is a consulting contract with American Structure Point for Phase 4 of 169th Street.
This is a supervision contract. I'd like to make a motion that we approve that. Second.
All in favor? Aye. And next is supplemental agreement with the Indiana Department of Transportation for rehabilitation, Columbia Avenue from Michigan Street to Chicago.
This is because there was additional money allocated for the project, taking the federal share up to $4,250,000. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the supplemental. Second.
All in favor? Sigma and Sons Plumbing requests permission to do some digging work to the west of 2012 Calumet Avenue to install new water service.
I called them up and I verified that they were digging in the alley west of 2012 Calumet. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve their digging request. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next, we have a right-of-way encroachment into a public right-of-way for review.
This is for the sign at AutoZone on Calumet, and I forget what the city street is. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve that right of encroachment.
All in favor? Aye. Next, AT&T wishes to perform work at 173rd and Calumet Avenue.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve their digging request. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next, Chief Miller wishes to transfer title of a 1996 police vehicle, GMC vehicle, to the boxing club.
I'd like to make a motion that the transfer of the asset be approved.
I'll concur with that.
All in favor? Aye. Next, rental registration hearing, 2030 Stanton Avenue.
Hi, good morning, Board. I know it's probably unusual to have an attorney come here, but I'm here with Mr. Barnes. He's my goddaughter's father, and he was having some problems with this property, so he asked me to help him out. If it's all right, gentlemen, I'd just like to ask Doug a couple questions to kind of bring this into focus. Mr. Barnes?
Yes.
Hi. You gave me this morning a copy of a lease with purchase option that you have with the individual that lives at 2030 Stanton. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And she is renting from you in
Yes.
the meantime. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, that's your former residence.
That is correct.
You're not a landlord of numerous properties.
No.
You're renting out your
Yep.
old residence in Robertsdale. All right. At some point, did it come to your attention that you needed to get a rental registration?
I was on the softball team with my daughter, and a young lady named Kim, who worked for the code enforcement, told me I needed to register the property. So I came down to the village, purchased the registration, put the sticker on the door, and that was the last that I had anything to do with it. Over the years, Kim would just tell me, you know, somebody said you need to cut the grass or whatever, and I would just take care of it and never thought any more about it.
Okay. Were you aware that you had to re-register every year?
No, I don't remember ever anybody telling me I had to re-register until I got a letter in the mail.
All right. That came about because your renter had problems with her significant
Husband.
other or husband?
Yes.
The police were called?
Yes,
She had a restraining order?
Yep.
Did you get a call after that from code enforcement
Yes,
that you
they-
wanted to look at the property?
Yes, and I allowed them into the house, and they walked around the house, and then they left.
They didn't find any problems?
They mentioned an outlet and a couple switch covers, but that was
Okay.
all that I remember.
All right. Then eventually, you were notified in some way that you owed money?
Yes,
The Smith and
something,
Sursick
yes, for
contacted you?
non-registration
For
of property.
non-registration? Total amount due at that point was $1,160?
Yes,
How much did you pay for the original registration?
I think it was $50 or $75.
All right. Did you try to re-register after that?
Yes, I came to the village, and they said that because it was under litigation, they would not allow me to register.
Okay. I don't have anything further.
If I may ask a couple questions, Mr. Barnes, are you still at 2715 Brunswick?
No,
Okay, that was the address we had for the letter that was sent by, first by our secretaries on November 7th, sent a 30-day notice to register, because the property has been registered. That was the last current address that we had for him. The lease to own, when did you enter into that agreement?
09.
09. Okay. As the board knows, we certainly aren't against lease to own situations, but we do require that that be recorded, so Mr. Barnes would no longer be the most responsible person for the property, it'd be the person that you're actually selling the house to. And we're fine with that. The problem is when those don't get recorded, we result in the best information that we have, and that's 2715 East Brunswick Road in Beecher. He was sent a letter November 7th, and we had no response. We did do the inspection, permits to do the work, there's nothing really serious there. On January 5th, 2013, collection letter sent by Smith Sursick in regards to rental registration for 2011-2012 in the amount of $1160. And that's why we find ourselves here today. So we tried to give service, we tried to give them a 30-day grace period to register the property. Unfortunately, we had the wrong address because it wasn't registered. If you entered in 2009 with the agreement, if that had been reported at the time, we wouldn't be here now. Same time, you did register in 2010, 2009, or I believe it was 2010 then, when Kim told you. So the fact that he did register, didn't know to continue to register, we tried to make that service by sending letters and give them an opportunity to get a 30-day grace period to come in and get clean.
Mr. Barnes, do you have a executed lease to own agreement?
Yes,
It appears that Mr. Barnes has a lease with purchase agreement for the residence in question. It was executed on or around June of 2009. Doesn't appear that the lease was recorded with the county, however, it does appear to be correct in form. As such, I would like to make the motion that the registration actions at 2030 Stanton be dismissed. That's my motion. That's all.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for coming.
Mr. Barnes, I recommend that you register this with the county, that way we won't run into that.
If you get that contract recorded, then we'll be able to.
Thank you.
All right.
And by the way, Mr. Barnes did move in September of 12 from the address in Beecher to your current address, which is
in Beecher,
It's also-
320 Clemmie.
320 what?
Clemmie.
Yes. It's rural property in Illinois, but it's the same town, different address. Thank you.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Next.
gentlemen.
6550 Nevada.
Sir, I received the letter, they sent me the letter November 29th, and I came 7th of January to make a registration for rental. They told me they cannot register me, I have to come for hearing. I have to pay $500 for late charges.
That is correct. November 28th, we sent a letter, 30-day letter, offering the opportunity to register without late fee. For whatever reason, came in January 2013 to register for 2012. The board well knows when we bring to the Board of Appeal, works for appeal. Mr. Z does have other properties that he's well aware that need to be registered. This is not his only property, so I would ask that be imposed.
See, I was under process of moving from one place to another place. I built a home on 171st Street. 6550 is my existing home, which I lived 42 years up there. This is not a rental property. I never been registered this property, and I'm still moving from one location to another location. I got somebody, I do not want it to leave that property vacant, maybe theft or something can going on. So I am not collecting any rates at that time when I got the guy into the place. So I told him, take over my utility, because heavy utility for the winter months. So I moved one gentleman in the property so I can occupy the property. And I made the lease with the gentleman in December the 5th. Then I got the insurance on it, and I did not come on time because I was out of town too.
So we entered the lease in December, after we sent him a collection, or a notice to register in November.
This is something new to me.
Did you say you're not collecting rent from this?
At that moment, no. At that moment, no. I just told him to take over the utility bills and everything. And after that, whenever he can. So there is only one person move in, then he has a gas station, so he brought 2 more people, then he move in, and he start paying after January, February.
Please understand that
Yeah.
as important as it is to, for the landlords and to either collect money, pay whoever's paying for their taxes and mortgages or whatever it may be, this information is also shared with the police department, fire department. If police are called to this address, it is important for them to know who's supposed to be living there, who's supposed to be, how to contact that person. That's why we ask for that in rental registration. We get the name of the tenant and the phone number. And as you remember on Lake Street in Robertson with the fire there, we had a 5-unit that burned down. Fortunately, it was registered. We had current information on everyone. And the fire department was able to call those people, get responses, and not have to search a building that was cut up into 5 different units, risking themselves and possibly people that are in there. So it's not just a matter of if he's making money on this or not.
No.
It's also a matter of being able to contact people that are responsible or that may be living there.
I
Make sure I have this correct.
transfer.
Hold on, sir,
Yes.
real quick. You built a home at 3636 171st?
Yes,
Duplex, sir?
And up
Yes.
until then, 6550 Nevada was your primary residence
Yes.
for 2 years?
yes,
And around November of 2012, you moved out of 6550 Nevada into your primary residence at 3636 171st?
perfect.
Okay. And then around December, you moved a tenant in,
25th, December 5th, I made a lease with him.
so have you registered for 2013?
2013, I came, they don't let me do anything. They told me I have to come for hearing in order to make any kind of adjustment. They said, we do not have any authority to do anything unless you come to the hearing.
The notes that I had, if I may, Bobby, the notes I have said you came in January 7th, 2013, to try to register for 2012.
No. They told me you did not register 2012. I was out of town. When I came on 7th, I said, okay, I will go ahead and register, but they told me they cannot register me for 2012. I have to come for hearing. That's what you told me, remember?
Because we had sent the letter
Yeah,
to you, we had sent the letter to you.
I know, but there was a holidays.
Let me finish, sir?
Yeah.
That's why we sent the letter to you in November, to give you
Yeah.
the opportunity to register or explain the situation
Okay,
then.
I didn't
When you
have
come in
that.
January,
Yeah.
you have.
No,
already
Kelly,
testified
what
to
I'm
that
saying,
letter.
I did not have the lease made till 5th of December.
But you were notified in November that you needed to register the property.
We've got enough information, I think.
Based on the fact that it appears this unit was actually a rental for 1 month in 2012, and that's all, right?
Yes,
December of
yes,
2012.
yes.
We allow 30 days to register the unit, and I think it would be punitive to enforce a late fee for 1 month for the month of December while you were collecting rent. This was a new unit, this was your primary residence for 42 years?
Yes,
So I'm gonna make the motion that the late fee for 2012 be waived and the unit be registered at the regular rate for 2012 of $80. Okay? And that,
I don't mind. That time they're telling me I have to pay $500, either come or for hearing.
I'll second the motion.
Register your duplex under.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we have a request for rental registration hearing date. About 3 weeks. 25th will be that hearing. Next, notice of violation, 7141 McCook.
Good morning. Yesterday, I talked to the owner of the property, and she informed me that Attorney Driscoll is going to ask for a continuance to someday in May. Did anybody get a notification of it?
There's none in our records. Attorney who?
Driscoll? Jim?
Driscoll? Oh, Driscoll.
Supposed to be someday in May that they were going to request a continuance.
I believe the owners are well aware of the situation. We were there and explained extensively what the problem was. What the attorneys would be asking for, I'm not sure.
Is there any emergency situation there?
We have Mark Towson and Habitable. There's a gentleman that lives up there that has a heart condition. There's about 22 stairs that lead up to the second floor apartment. They're 3 steep angle. I think it's we have contacted the family, asking them to help, trying to relocate him. Is he still there?
I told her.
So yes, there's an emergency situation. The gentleman is still living in their property after.
How about if we just continue it for 2 weeks instead of the middle of May?
I would appreciate that.
That would be April 11th,
April 11th? Okay, thank you.
238 Vine Street.
I move that be continued to May 2nd.
May 2nd it is, 4839 Pine.
This property's already been affirmed, it's registered as a single-family home, we can close this property.
That action be dismissed at 4839 Pine.
All in favor? Aye. From Mr. Gleason, he requests placement of 30-minute parking at 1407 173rd Street.
It's a business, right? I'll make a motion that we approve the request.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Next, we have a request to hold a flea market. That's at 700 Sibley Street. Is that the Baptist Church?
No, Mr. President, this was a request from last week that we continued and sent correspondence to the petitioner requesting additional information. I'm unaware if they were responding to our
No, we didn't
request.
get a response. Yeah, it's the same route as last year. So I'll make a motion that we approve the request.
Second.
All in favor? Are you guys going to be participating again?
Are you, Bob?
I can't swim.
I can't run. Next, from the Ministerial Alliance, they request a street closure for their community picnic, Martin Luther King Park. Let's see what date that is. June 15th.
What street are they requesting closed? Tapper? Yeah,
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve that.
Second.
All in favor? Next, we have one garage sale permit for 7234 Howard.
I'd like to make a motion that the permit be approved.
Second.
And next, Attorney Driscoll advises he no longer represents Mr. Andrade. We'll note that for the record. Any matters from board members? Department heads?
We have a letter from the chief of police.
That simply advises that Sergeant Dancer is on administrative leave. New business, old business, public expression. Anyone wishing to address the board? Now's your opportunity. Item 11.
To adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?